What if I told you that one of the world's most beloved spreads was born from desperation? That Nutella exists because of World War II naval blockades and a chocolate shortage so severe that a baker had to get creative with hazelnuts. This is the story of how war created the breakfast staple in millions of homes. It's the 1940s in northern Italy. World War II is raging across Europe. Cocoa is incredibly expensive and nearly impossible to find. Why? Naval blockades have cut off supply routes from Africa and South America. Chocolate is a luxury that most Italians can only dream about. Enter Pietro Ferrero, a pastry maker in the small town of Alba in the Piedmont region. He has a problem: his customers still crave chocolate, but he can barely get his hands on cocoa. But Pietro notices something. His region is famous for something else. Hazelnuts. The hills around Alba produce some of the finest hazelnuts in the world. In 1946, just after the war ended, Pietro has an idea. What if he could stretch the little chocolate he has by mixing it with hazelnut? He experiments in his small bakery, roasting hazelnuts, grinding them into a paste, and blending them with a small amount of cocoa, sugar, and vegetable oils. The result? A solid, loaf-shaped paste he calls giandujo, named after a traditional Piedmontese carnival character. It's not quite chocolate, but it's sweet, it's affordable, and most importantly, it tastes incredible. He wraps it in foil and sells it by the slice. People can literally cut off a piece, put it on bread, and have an affordable treat. But here's where it gets interesting. Pietro's creation is so popular that it creates a new problem. The solid loaf is inconvenient. In 1951, during a particularly hot summer, the loaves start melting on store shelves. Some say this was an accident. Others claim it was intentional innovation. Either way, Pietro's son Michel sees an opportunity. In 1964, he reformulates his father's recipe into a creamy, spreadable version. He needs a name. He combines the English word nut with the Italian suffix ella, meaning sweet. Nutella is born. Michel makes a brilliant marketing decision. He packages Nutella in distinctive glass jars that families can reuse as drinking glasses. This is post-war Italy, where nothing goes to waste. The strategy works perfectly. But the real genius, the recipe still uses more hazelnuts than cocoa, about 13% cocoa versus over 50% hazelnuts and sugar. What started as a wartime shortage solution becomes the signature taste. That crisis-born recipe is now so iconic that it's protected. Every jar of Nutella sold anywhere in the world still uses hazelnuts from Piedmont, Italy. Here's the beautiful irony. A product born from scarcity, from making do with less chocolate, becomes a multi-billion-dollar empire. Today, Ferrero uses 25% of the world's hazelnut supply. A jar of Nutella is sold every 2.5 seconds somewhere in the world. What was once a poor man's chocolate is now a global obsession, from crepes in Paris to toast in Tokyo. All because one Italian baker refused to let war stop people from enjoying something sweet. So the next time you spread Nutella on your toast, remember you're tasting history. You're experiencing the sweet result of innovation born from hardship. Sometimes the best creations don't come from abundance, but from making the most of what you have. That's the real story of Nutella. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.